good afternoon to Professor S. Krishna Sundari ma'am, Professor Praveen Garg, our dynamic principal, my esteemed colleagues, friends, and dearest students. I am Dr. A. Archana, and I will be convening today's session of Professor Krishna Sundari ma'am, and this is on trichoderma. So, the ongoing week 27th of September to 2nd of October is being celebrated as Fungal Awareness Week worldwide. Fungi are microorganisms which are very closely associated with human beings as well as environment. Hence, this kind of celebration is well deserved and is good for all of us. In this light, we would like to bring to your notice a glimpse of how fungi touch our lives in a plethora of ways. Trichoderma is a soil fungus which efficiently forms mutualistic endophytic relationships with several plant species, naturally serving to suppress the pathogens present in the soil. Easily cultivable in the lab, its versatile applications range from stone washing of our jeans to the foliar sprays and much, much more. To enlighten us more on the benefits of trichoderma that trichoderma offers to humankind and good living, today we are having amidst us a world-renowned mycologist, Professor S. Krishna Sundari ma'am from JIIT Noida. She has vast global experience on the subject and will speak on trichoderma and its potential. So, to start the program, I would like to invite our energetic, dynamic, and young principal, Professor Praveen Garg, to please open the program, sir. Over to you, Garg, sir.
Thank you, Dr. Archana. It is indeed a great pleasure that renowned mycologist Professor Krishna is with us to enlighten us our knowledge about fungi, uh, not only to the teachers but students as well. As others who are present in this talk, besides science or life science students and teacher, I think it will be a new concept for them. What is fungi? And basically, um, from our traditions, everyone knows what is fungi in our daily life. It comes in the humid places. Uh, Technical says it is saprophytic, parasitic, mutualism also. कहीं पर भी उग जाती है, 4 दिन के बाद घर आते हैं तो हर जगह उर्ली सी लगी मिलती है, डैम्प प्लेसेस पे ही लगती है. इसका इलाज है धूप में ट्रीटमेंट करते रहना, धूप दिलवाते रहना. That way everyone knows its broad characteristics. In animals also, in human also, I should say, some diseases are there. Generally, लेग और फीट के जॉइंट पर काला सा हो जाता है, फंगल डिसीज आर देयर. उनको ये भी मालूम है इट नीड्स वेरी 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 माइल्ड न्यूट्रिएंट्स टू ग्रो. सिर में डैंड्रफ हो जाता है, चेहरे पे गर्दन पे मोल्स हैं. इट ऑल आर सम आर वायरल, सम आर मोस्टली वायरल एंड फंगल कंपोनेंट्स आर देयर. एंड मोर ओवर कुछ लोगों को ये भी लगता है इनका बैक्टीरिया की तरह इनका एंटीबायोटिक्स, एंटी फंजाई ट्रीटमेंट्स भी बहुत कम है. तो दैट वे आई विश मैडम विल enlighten us about some animal or human diseases also related to fungi. Although most of us are related to botany department, we discuss all kinds of fungi in plants only, fungal diseases and fungal relationships in plants only mostly. But in this talk, I wish Madam Krishna will enlighten us about the general public also, how it spreads, how it gets killed in the hot areas, in the light, why damp places are preferable for it. Such kind of local discussion will also help to know more, to take their interest in this topic. And besides going into technical details of fungi, ectoderma, endodermis like this, as Archana Madam was telling, trichoderma, of course, soil fungi and very common fungi, green in color, and breads, etc. लेकिन कम आती है. Their penicillium is most common, लेकिन soil में हम देखते हैं it is quite common. whenever there is a mild fruit. And from usefulness, as you all have mentioned in your brochure, so as a scavengers also it is used. Not we see on the breads, wines and other things, but as a squenger also. सबसे बड़े क्लीनर्स हैं एटमॉस्फेयर के, क्लाइमेट के, इकोसिस्टम के. दे हैव देयर ओन निश एट अ पर्टिकुलर हैबिटेट. बेचारे सिंपल से एक जगह पे रहते हैं, अपनी सफाई करते रहते हैं. दैट वे दे आल्सो हेल्प अस as a part of in our ecosystem. With these words, I shall again thank you, our Bhupendra Giri ji, Archana Madam ji, Geeta Madam, and all those who have taken this initiative to celebrate Fungal Week. And 3-4 talks will be there, and all the audience will be enlightened about this new concept of basically I should have begun with this lower plants. They come under lower plants, which are not well defined. Parts of plants which are not well defined, it is one of them. So again, I welcome again Professor Krishna ji for her valuable time that she has devoted for this talk and enlighten our college students, teacher also. Again, hand over to Archana Madam.
Thank you so much, sir. And this is the perk or the bonus of our principal being a biologist from any branch of biology. So we also got some garnishing on top. So, sir, thank you so much. And so we look up to him to start any session always. And he's always there also. And he's been very busy today, but he spared his time. Thank you, sir. So now let me go on to introduce the speaker. Actually speaking, I am myself overwhelmed with her achievements, but I'll try to summarize as much as possible. So Professor S. Krishna Sundari ma'am, Biotechnology Department, JIIT Noida, has been in academics for the last 19 years. Educational institutes where she worked earlier include Institute of Applied Medicines and Research, IAMR Ghaziabad, IHE New Delhi, the DU College, and TERI, Jamia Millia Islamia New Delhi, and then TERI SAS New Delhi. And prior to academics, she gained 8 years of research experience working at various places of national and international repute, such as TERI New Delhi, INRA France, and brief work assignments at ENSAIA France, and also University of Florida, USA. So she, now coming to her academic credentials, she has already been always been a topper and achiever throughout her college time, and from 1985 to 1991, she was always first in her batch. That's a great thing. Consistency also, besides the merit. And she then afterwards, she earned her master's in life sciences, specialization plant sciences from Hyderabad Central University. After that, she qualified CSIR NET exam. And then she started her research career as research associate with TERI. At the same time, obtained doctorate in microbiology from Barkatullah University, Bhopal, all very prestigious and esteemed institutes. She has done her postdoctoral research at INRA France, which is Europe's premier agriculture and forestry research institute. She harbors research interests in the area of microbial and environmental biotechnology. Her present research projects relate to microbial biotechnology, application of microbes for environment and agriculture benefits, microbe metagenome studies, development of bioformulations, bioactive metabolites from microbes, and plant microbe interactions, bioinoculants for sustainable agriculture, mycorrhizae research, bioactive compounds, plant growth promoting substances, rhizoremediation with microbial consortia, bioconversion of tannic acid into useful pharmaceuticals. So she is doing all of it in one life. So we are really, really happy, ma'am. And then ma'am holds membership in international scientific societies such as International Mycorrhizal Society, CMR TERI New Delhi, American Society of Microbiology, ASM, Washington, D.C., Asian PGPR Society and Association of Microbiologists of India. That's really tremendous, ma'am. Really, congratulations. Her candidature is so amazing. It's incredible and shining like a gem. We are very fortunate that she is today with us. But I would like to state to the audience that today she will be confining her talk to trichoderma because we are, as you know, we are celebrating the Fungal Awareness Week. So she'll be covering that for us. What are various more potentials of the simple fungus trichoderma? So I'm very excited, ma'am, and I think the whole house is very excited. And now over to you. Looking forward. Thank you, ma'am. Over to you.
Thank you very much, Dr. Archana, for wonderful introduction. Uh, uh, you know, um, it's really embarrassing to hear about oneself sometimes. I'm only an atom in this universe, I should tell you very humbly. And there are many leaders who have achieved, a lot. And I always look upon to my teachers who have been the pathfinders to me and who have guided me all through, and my respects to them as always. And Dr. Praveen Garg, who is the principal, thank you very much, sir, for inviting me to the college to share the platform. And Dr. Archana, yeah, thank you once again. And Dr. Geeta Saxena, thank you very much, ma'am. And Dr. Bhupinder, sir, thank you to inviting me for sharing my experience with the platform. Now coming, without much ado, I'll start sharing the screen of my presentation. Okay, trichoderma and its potential applications. Uh, Trichoderma, like Dr. Archana has given a simple and ample introduction about this fungus. So it is a very commonly found organism in the soils of India and abroad. So it is really ubiquitous in nature. So it grows both in warm climates and also in semi-temperate climates also. So it populates the soil very much. And trichoderma, is not a scary fungus. Let me tell you, it is a very interesting fungus and it offers huge benefits to us. So contrary to the initial discussion that about the fungus causing diseases and that we should be looking for ways and means to control them. Let me tell you, I don't want you to control trichoderma at all. I want you to help trichoderma to grow, because when once I tell you the benefits that it is going to offer to us, you will be really impressed with the fungus like I am impressed with this particular fungus. Now, trichoderma, there are many genera and species of this fungus known, and trichoderma is not new at all to agronomists or organic farmers or plant biotechnology researchers or scientists. Trichoderma is extensively researched, and you will be interested to know there is a total journal which is devoted to the works of trichoderma itself. There are issues that are published on this particular fungus for the enormous number of benefits that it offers to the farmers, and primarily the interest in the trichoderma is as a biocontrol agent. Now, when I talk to you as a biocontrol agent, you people being plant, botanists and plant biotechnologists, the students over here, so you must have all heard about the Bt cotton that is very popular. So Bt is nothing but your Bacillus thuringiensis. It has got a toxin gene, and the toxin gene is incorporated in cotton and many other plants also to offer pest control properties. So that is what we understand as a biocontrol agent. So similarly, trichoderma's initial popularity since the past 3 or 4 decades has also started as biocontrol agent. It was known to arrest the growth of many plant pathogens. As a result, plant pathologists have extensively worked on this fungus, and they have established the potential of this trichoderma to control plant diseases that are caused by species of Fusarium, species of Sclerotium, Macrophomina. So there are many, pathogenic fungi and pathogenic bacteria to plants which were known to be arrested by the trichoderma. So as a result, trichoderma based products have also been developed in the market. Now, you will be interested to know there are nearly 280 products, agricultural products in the market, which are having trichoderma as one of their numbers. So this trichoderma formulations that are available in the market, they are either available as single species formulations or mixed species populations. Some species of trichoderma are known to be producing spores, and those spores can be opportunistic pathogens if exposed to heavier doses to human beings. Otherwise, there are certain human safe trichoderma, and I'm actually going to speak about those human safe or biologically safe biosafety level 1 trichoderma species, which can be used on larger scale by farmers to deliver benefits beyond what they are already getting benefits from the chemical counterparts. Now, coming to the trichoderma and its advantages, trichoderma as a biocontrol agent, as the picture is shown below to you, it's not new to the agricultural researchers. Many products are there. So if there are already many products exploring the beneficial aspects of trichoderma as a potential biocontrol agent, what am I speaking here about today? Yeah, I'm not here to talk about the same thing which has already been established. Then there are already 280 products in the market. I'm not going to once again say that, okay, trichoderma is going to control this disease, that disease, X, Y, Z. No. I'm going to open up new avenues to you, and the potential of trichoderma beyond its ability to control plant diseases, beyond its ability to provide plant growth support. So what are we going to get from this trichoderma, this amazing fungus? Let me go ahead with you in this particular discussion. Now, what is it that I want you to do is I want to expand the horizons of trichoderma research and establish the role of trichoderma beyond the disease control. Now, one thing which gave me a real confidence in the research, I'm going to discuss about the research that we are currently doing on trichoderma and beyond biocontrol. Now, what gave me a positive booster about my research is recently in the month of August, we have concluded an international conference where 37 countries from Asia Pacific region has participated, and many of them have spoken about trichoderma, but thankfully, I should not say thankfully, but interestingly, there was no single paper about the work which I am going to speak. So that is something which tells me that what we are going to have, what we are doing is going to have a future. And when I'm opening this discussion in this platform, I'm sure more students will be attracted towards this particular research. More faculties will be faculty, academicians, and researchers will be interested to explore further, and we add upon to the knowledge domain of trichoderma. So what is the discussion that I'm going to take you ahead? I'm going to talk about pesticides. Now, all of you know about pesticides. So pesticides is not new to you. You use pesticides everywhere. You use pesticides in your gardens. You use in your nurseries. Farmers use in them in the agricultural fields. So much so that we are using pest control products even in our household domain. We have got mosquito killers. We have got home pest killers where we use pesticides. And these days with Corona, we have started using antiseptic and antibiotic substances as in our hand washes and sanitizing soap, so on and so forth. So we use relatives or alternatives of pesticides in day-to-day life. We consume so much amount of pesticide This is a picture which shows you that the darker the color, the more the amount of the pesticide that we are using per acreage of land. So you could see that in India, we are using pesticides, and even America, North America, South America, Australia, you name the country, every country is utilizing pesticides in a huge amount. So the data, we are saying that in the darker color, more than 20 kilograms of pesticide we are using per hectare of land. In India, we are using somewhere around approximately 1 kilogram of pesticide per hectare of land. So when we talk about the pesticide usage in tons, and when we are comparing across the countries, so you could see the graph. So Italy, Malaysia, Germany, India, where we are, India. So India is here, which is almost near the x-axis. So that means as compared to United States of America or as compared to Brazil, we are not using so much amount of pesticide, but still that is already huge for us. Why? Because as compared to United States of America, the area in which that we are putting this quantum of pesticide is huge. So per unit square meter area, we are using tremendous amount of pesticide day in and day out. So why are we using so much amount of pesticide irrespective of the country? It is like a never ending pesticide risk loop. Why do we use it? Because pesticides are indispensable for agriculture. If we do not use pesticide, then what will happen? Like what you are seeing, the WHO data in 2018 itself, we need to use pesticide because if we don't use pesticide, we will be losing up to 70% of the crop yield, whether it is fruits or whether it is vegetables or whether it is cereals or the green vegetables or the salad greens that we grow. Every kind of a crop, whether it is a grain crop, whether it is a pulse crop, each and every variety of crop plant is susceptible to disease. And if we don't use pesticides, then we will be losing huge amount of the crop yield. And we cannot afford to do that because we have huge amount of population which depends upon the crops that we are producing each year. So we cannot afford to lose the crop yield. So we end up using pesticide year after year. Now, what if we are using the pesticide to control the disease? Why we should be concerned? Okay, pesticides are doing a good thing. They are killing the pests. So why are we actually worried about using the pesticide in larger proportion? The problem is that the class 1 pesticides, which are chlorinated compounds, they are heavily toxic to the environment and their half-life is very, very large. So that a DDT, like you all know, it is an organochlorine pesticide, DDT. It is banned from India in the year 2000. That means 2 decades back. This pesticide is already banned from India. But still, if you take soil sample today, you take water sample today, we still get traces of DDT. Why is that so? Because the half-life of DDT is 25 years. So what is happening is, these pesticides, even though they are known to be toxic, they are taken out of consumption, still their traces of it remain in the environment and they cause severe amount of problem to the environment. These days, you all know the cancer patients, number of cancer patients is increasing all across the world. Whether it is India, whether it is Europe, whether it is USA, the number of people who are succumbing to cancer is very, very large. And you all know the famous discussion, like agar aap sab logon ne Munna Bhai movie dekha hai, so that one of the character in Munna Bhai, he asked, I didn't see the light, I have no bad habits, I've never smoked, I've never drunk, I've never done nothing, but still I have got cancer. Why? And these days you also must be seeing in many, many families, elderly people who are aged 70 or 80 years old, they are getting cancers. They have never had bad habits in their life. Women who are 60 years old, 70 years old, who have always had healthy food at home. They cook at home, they eat at home, they don't, have indulge in any kind of exposure to pollution kind of aspects, but still they are getting cancers. Why is that so? That is because most of the carcinogenic and mutagenic compounds that are coming from all of these organic chemicals, which have huge half-life, they have penetrated our groundwater, they have penetrated our drinking water, river water, they have penetrated our soils. When we are eating the crop from the same soil, there is a vertical migration of these toxic compounds into the edible products that we are eating. So we are thinking that we are eating healthy salad green. We are thinking that we are eating healthy fruits, but we are unaware that that fruit is having traces of carcinogenic and mutagenic compounds. So that is where I am going to talk about pesticides, the residues of pesticides. That is what my discussion is. Now, I am talking about the second generation pesticides, which have taken over the first generation pesticides, organochlorine compounds. Now, organophosphates are believed to be safer because they have lesser half-life. They, in the environment, they are known to get extinguished within months. So if the organochlorines disappear from the environment within few months, why are we concerned about them? We are concerned about them because the farmer, like what you are seeing, there are registered organic pesticides that are available in India. Out of the 30 registered pesticides, there are insecticides, weedicides, nematicides, and also the mosquito killing compounds. Out of them, 10 pesticides are already banned because even in very, very small concentration, they are very toxic to us. So some of the banned pesticides, I'm sorry to tell you, in India, we are still using them, organophosphate pesticides. Why we are using them? Because many a times what happens with the farmers, they are not aware that a pesticide is banned. It is available cheap in the local market, they buy it. If they have got the pesticide which is remaining in their godown from the last 4 years, they will still use it because they do not know that these are banned pesticides. So now what we are talking about, there are many, many pesticides like what you are seeing, chlorpyrifos, malathion, parathion, 4-H, quinolphos, trichloropan, and you will be surprised to know, आज आप अगर कोई local agriculture market जाएंगे, आपको malathion की शीशी आराम से मिल जाएगा 150 रुपये में, आपको क्लोरपाइरिफॉस का शीशी मिल जाएगा 125 रुपये में. तो इसका मतलब क्या हुआ कि फार्मर को 125 रुपये में एक पेस्टिसाइड का शीशी मिल रहा है जो अपने क्रॉप में पेस्ट को कंट्रोल करने के लिए वो यूज कर सकता है, तो वो यूज कर रहा है. और what farmer is doing in one cropping season, he is using pesticide at least 3 times. That means हम सोच रहे हैं कि पेस्टिसाइड एक महीने में डिग्रेड हो जाएगा, तो फिर हमको चिंता की क्या जरूरत है? चिंता की इसलिए जरूरत है क्योंकि वो क्रॉप खेत में सिर्फ 3 महीने के लिए है. उस 3 महीने में फार्मर 3 बार पेस्टिसाइड यूज कर रहा है. दैट मीन्स वो प्रोडक्ट को जब फार्मर खेत से हार्वेस्ट कर रहा है, डायरेक्टली वो हमारे प्लेट के अंदर आ रहा है. सो what is it that we want to do? We want to understand if our good fungus Trichoderma can help us to do something about this residues of pesticides which are laying in the soil. If this Trichoderma can help us to break down these pesticides into safer products so that the food we eat is going to be free of chemical pesticides. So the job that we do in our lab is degradation of pesticides. We want to degrade the residues of pesticides. Now you might say, ma'am, आपको pesticide में इसलिए डाल रहे थे क्योंकि आप पेस्ट को करना चाहते हैं. तो अगर आप अपना ट्राइकोडर्मा लेके पहुंच जाओगे खेत में और ट्राइकोडर्मा वो पेस्टिसाइड को डिग्रेड करेगा, तो हमारा पर्पस ही सर्व नहीं हो रहा, क्योंकि पेस्टिसाइड का जॉब था पेस्ट को किल करने का. और अगर हमारा ट्राइकोडर्मा जाके उसी पेस्टिसाइड को डिग्रेड कर रहा है, तो पेस्ट तो multiply हो जाएगा. So that means your yield will be compromised. Now let me assure you that's not what I'm going to say. What I'm going to say is अगर आप 1 liter of pesticide डाल रहे हो of potentiality 1000 parts per million, let me tell you, out of that 1000 parts, only 10%, not even 10%, 1% of that 1000 ppm is actually killing the pest. उतना काफी है पेस्ट को किल करने के लिए. बाकी जो 900 ppm है वो सॉइल में जा रहा है, पानी में जा रहा है और प्लांट के एडिबल प्रोडक्ट में जा रहा है. तो मैं उस 900 ppm की बात कर रही हूँ और ये 100 ppm की बात नहीं कर रही हूँ जो पेस्ट को किल करने के लिए हमारा काम आए. तो वही मैंने यहाँ लिखा है, सॉइल पोल्यूशन, सॉइल एक्यूमुलेशन हो रहा है. दिल्ली एनसीआर में स्टडी हुआ, हर जगह पे स्टडी हुआ कि ये जो पेस्टिसाइड्स हैं ये माइग्रेट कर रहे हैं हमारे एडिबल फूड चेन के अंदर. सो दैट इज व्हाट ये इस पिक्चर में दिखाया जा रहा है. नाउ ये दिस इज एन आर्टिकल इन टाइम्स ऑफ इंडिया. आप में से किसी ने पढ़ा भी होगा, टाइम्स ऑफ इंडिया का आर्टिकल है. 40% ऑफ द पेस्टिसाइड्स, ऑर्गेनोक्लोरिन पेस्टिसाइड्स पाया जा रहा है. 50% अदर पेस्टिसाइड्स, 50% carbamate pesticides, 30% organophosphate pesticides, and kids are most vulnerable. So we are consuming pesticides unknowingly. जो हमारे grandmothers हैं, grandfathers हैं, और those elderly population people who are assuming that they are eating healthy fruits, they are actually eating traces of pesticides. So that is what we are bothered about, because they are carcinogenic, they are neurotoxins, and they cause multiple amount of problems to humans. So that is this picture which is showing you. It causes anxiety and stress related issues. ROS, that is reactive oxygen species. They affect your lungs, they affect your kidneys, and they affect your digestive system, they affect your neurotransmitter system. So you have got problem with residues of pesticides. They are not for your consumption. And when we accidentally consume them, we have a problem. And when risk estimation was done, we have got Pesticide Research Laboratory, Bang in Gurgaon. So वहाँ पे what they do, वो farmers market से वेजिटेबल्स एंड सब्जियों की या एडिबल ऑयल्स की या ग्रेन्स की सैंपल्स उठाते हैं और पेस्टिसाइड एनालिसिस करते हैं. So they found pesticide in mirchi, in tomato, in brinjal, in many of the things the pesticides were obtained. So now, how are these pesticides detected? So vegetable के samples उठाते हैं market से, samples को extract करते हैं proper solvents use करते हुए, and then they use combination of methods like HPLC or MSMS, GCMS, and फिर वो determine करते हैं what is the concentration of pesticides in these particular foodstuffs. Now when you talk about them, so ये let me tell you, ये अकेला इंडिया का प्रॉब्लम नहीं है. ये बहुत सारे कंट्रीज में, whether it is US और अमेरिका और डेवलप्ड कंट्रीज, यूरोपियन यूनियन, हर एक कंट्री के सैंपल्स में ये पेस्टिसाइड रेसिड्यूज पाया गया है. So as you are seeing, the examples are given over here. Now I should move quickly. I have very limited time and I have many slides to cover. So this is यूरोपियन यूनियन का स्टडी है. इन यूरोपियन यूनियन स्टडी यू आर सीइंग, जब उन्होंने 194 सैंपल्स उठाया है, 194 सैंपल्स में 10 तरीके की पेस्टिसाइड रेसिड्यूज पाए गए हैं. 291 सैंपल्स उठाए हैं, उसमें 9 तरीके की रेसिड्यूज पाए गए हैं. इसका मतलब क्या है कि वेदर इट इज इंडिया, यूरोप, अमेरिका, any part of India, because already आपको मैंने एक वर्ल्ड मैप का पिक्चर दिखाई है, उसमें यूनाइटेड स्टेट्स, ब्राजील, यूरोप, वो हमसे ज्यादा पेस्टिसाइड्स यूज कर रहे हैं. तो of course obviously those populations are consuming more amount of pesticides. There are no wonder USA is world capital in cancer. Now why? Because they are consuming more amount of these kind of traces of residues. Now number of samples taken per food group. So you will be seeing whether it is sweet peppers, grapes, grapefruit, bananas, eggs coming from the chicken, aubergines, cultivated fungi, that means the mushrooms, broccoli, wheat, olive oil, melons, you have pesticide residues in all of these products. ना मैं आपको बहुत ज्यादा डराने की कोशिश नहीं करूंगी. ऑलरेडी आई अंडरस्टैंड यू हैव नाउ रियलाइज दैट कि बहुत बहुत ज्यादा पेस्टिसाइड रेसिड्यूज है. तो हम क्या कर सकते हैं? हम हैं जो बायोटेक्नोलॉजिस्ट हैं, हम प्लांट बायोलॉजिस्ट हैं, हम एग्रीकल्चरल साइंटिस्ट हैं. तो हम क्या कर सकते हैं? हम इस पेस्टिसाइड की प्रॉब्लम को कैसे हम कंट्रोल कर सकते हैं? यू नो, सो व्हाट इज हमारा मुद्दा क्या है? यू नो, हम वी वांट टू प्रोड्यूस सेफ एग्रीकल्चरल प्रोडक्ट्स एंड व्हाट वी वांट टू डू, हम नॉट ओनली दैट कि हम यू नो लोगों के लिए सेफ प्रोडक्ट्स प्रोड्यूस करना चाहते हैं, पर हम ये भी चाहते हैं कि प्लांट्स खुश रहे. बहुत बार क्या है, हम प्लांट्स को इतना पेस्टिसाइड देते हैं जितना जरूरत ही नहीं है. जैसे मैंने कहा, ओनली हम जो पेस्टिसाइड डालते हैं उसमें सिर्फ 5% पेस्टिसाइड एक्चुअल काम करता है पेस्ट को किल करने के लिए. बाकी जो पेस्टिसाइड हम खेत में डाल रहे हैं वो बेचारा पौधे को भी परेशान कर रहा है. हमको नहीं पता कि हम कितना यू नो डिस्टर्ब कर रहे हैं प्लांट्स को भी. सो व्हाट वी वांट टू डू, वी वांट टू हैव happy plants, because when we have happy plants, then we have happy or healthy agricultural products. So that is what we want to do with our plants. So that is what is our research. Now going ahead, तो हमारा objective क्या है? हम ट्राइकोडर्मा के कैपेबिलिटी को एस्टिमेट करना चाहते हैं, इवैल्यूएट करना चाहते हैं कि वो अंडर इन विट्रो कंडीशंस OPP माने ऑर्गेनोफॉस्फेट पेस्टिसाइड्स, ऑर्गेनोफॉस्फेट पेस्टिसाइड्स को कंट्रोल कर सकते हैं क्या? दैट इज व्हाट वी वांट टू डू. एंड देन द सेकंड ऑब्जेक्टिव, हमारा दूसरा ऑब्जेक्टिव क्या है कि हम बायो फॉर्मुलेशन डेवलप करना चाहते हैं. PGPM का मतलब है प्लांट ग्रोथ प्रमोटिंग माइक्रो ऑर्गेनिजम्स. सो लाइक आई सेड, वी आर गोइंग टू टॉक अबाउट यू नो यूजफुल microorganisms, and we are going to talk about the applications, positive applications of trichoderma, how they can help us in giving better plants. And then हम क्या करना चाहते हैं? हम एस्टिमेट करना चाहते हैं कि इन PGPM में ट्राइकोडर्मा में कितना क्षमता है कि पेस्टिसाइड को डिग्रेड करे. What is the efficiency of this trichoderma to break down the pesticides? So this is what we want to understand. Now, तो हमने अपना ख्वाब तो देख लिए हैं कि हम सेफ प्रोडक्ट बनाना चाहते हैं और पेस्टिसाइड डिग्रेडेशन. अब मुद्दा आता है कि इतने सारे पेस्टिसाइड्स हैं, इतने सारे पेस्टिसाइड्स रजिस्टर्ड है, हम उनमें से किस पे कॉन्सेंट्रेट करना चाहते हैं? है कि हम हर एक पे काम करना चाहते हैं, हम बहुत एंथुसियास्टिक है, बट हमारी जो फंडिंग एजेंसी है डिपार्टमेंट ऑफ बायोटेक्नोलॉजी, वो ये एंटरटेन नहीं करता कि आप सब कुछ करना चाहते हैं. वो ये पूछते हैं आपसे कि कृष्णा मैडम आप बताइए कि इतने सारे पे तो आप काम नहीं कर पाओगे, आप ये क्या दो बताइए, आप किस पे काम करना चाहते हैं और क्यों, व्हाई यू वांट यू नो टू वर्क ऑन दीज पेस्टिसाइड्स. तो हमें जवाब देना होता है उन फंडिंग एजेंसीज को जो आज तक मुझे करीब करीब 2 करोड़ रुपए दिए हैं टू डू दिस प्रोजेक्ट. नाउ what are the pesticides that I want to concentrate upon? I want to concentrate upon borate, methyl parathion, monocrotophos, malathion. Why? Because ये सबसे ज्यादा used pesticides हैं हमारे यूपी और हरियाणा और दिल्ली NCR के रीजन में. ये पेस्टिसाइड सबसे ज्यादा यूज किए जाते हैं, इसलिए हम उस पे काम करना चाहते हैं. फिर हम आगे अपने ट्राइकोडर्मा पे जैसे आपने आपके प्रिंसिपल से डॉक्टर प्रवीण गर्ग ने वेरी करेक्टली बोला है कि ये ग्रीन कलर्ड फंगस है. यस, ट्राइकोडर्मा लाइक यू आर सीइंग इन दिस पेट्री प्लेट, इट प्रोड्यूसेस यू नो डर्टी ग्रीन कलर्ड स्पोर्स. सो हमने क्या किया, वी सब्जेक्टेड ट्राइकोडर्मा टू different treatments of the pesticide monocrotophos. So we have experimented with as high as 2000 ppm, and you will be interested to know till today there is no single paper I can claim where 2000 ppm concentration तक पेस्टिसाइड का रेसिस्टेंस देखा हुआ हो माइक्रो ऑर्गेनिजम्स में. So we have got our trichoderma which can resist such high concentrations of pesticide. And फिर हमने क्या सोचा कि ट्राइकोडर्मा तो काम कर रहा है, पर ट्राइकोडर्मा के साथ साथ हम कोई और प्लांट हेल्पफुल बैक्टीरिया भी डाल सकते हैं क्या इस मिक्सचर में. तो हमने ये कोहैबिटेशन एसेस किए हैं. तो जहां पे आप क्रॉस मार्क देख रहे हो, वो क्रॉस मार्क जो है दैट इज नॉट अ गुड एसोसिएशन. जहां पे हमको ये देखिए जो हमारा नॉमेनक्लेचर है, तो कुछ एसोसिएशंस है ट्राइकोडर्मा के साथ हैप्पी है, कुछ एसोसिएशंस ट्राइकोडर्मा के साथ हैप्पी नहीं है. तो हमने वी हैव सेलेक्टेड दोज एसोसिएशंस जहां पे ट्राइकोडर्मा इज हैप्पीली ग्रोइंग विद अदर हेल्पफुल माइक्रो ऑर्गेनिजम्स इन द सॉइल. फिर हमने क्या किया है, ये पिक्चर देखिए आप. हमने ट्राइकोडर्मा लिया, दिस the stain that is done with trichoderma. This is scanning electron microgram picture. This is the chemical structure of the pesticide that we are working with. फिर हमने LD50, lethal dose 50, LD50 and MCP, minimum lethal concentration. MCP determine किया हुआ है with the pesticide degradation. फिर हमने we have done a HPLC. So this is a HPLC picture. The peaks which you are seeing, I will try to increase the size of the graph so you will be seeing the peaks that you are seeing, which are the peaks of degradation of particular products of pesticide. फिर हमने क्या किया कि okay, now we understand trichoderma can break down the pesticide. Then we tried to inoculate trichoderma with the plants. And हमको ये देखना था कि जब पेस्टिसाइड स्ट्रेस के अंडर प्लांट्स है, तो हमारा ट्राइकोडर्मा जो है वो प्लांट को प्रोटेक्ट करने में कामयाब है या नहीं. तो दिस इज व्हाट वी हैव डन व्हेन वी हैव सब्जेक्टेड इन द प्लांट एसे. सिमिलरली वी डिड विद अनदर पेस्टिसाइड व्हिच इज डाइमिथोएट. यहाँ पे भी हमने ये जानने की कोशिश करी कि ट्राइकोडर्मा पेस्टिसाइड को डिग्रेड करता है कि नहीं. हम से किया, जब हमको डिग्रेडेशन मिला, फिर हमने ये देखा कि प्लांट को जब हम ट्राइकोडर्मा का ट्रीटमेंट देते हैं तो डिग्रेडेशन ऑफ पेस्टिसाइड हो रहा है नहीं. तो जब हमने स्कैनिंग इलेक्ट्रॉन माइक्रोस्कोपी किए तो वी वर वेरी हैप्पी बिकॉज आप जैसे देख रहे हो इन्यूमरेबल नंबर ऑफ स्पोर्स ट्राइकोडर्मा प्रोड्यूस कर रहा है इन एसोसिएशन विद द प्लांट रूट. तो प्लांट रूट को एक तरीके से वो एक शीट जैसा प्रोटेक्ट कर रहा है. So this is the plant root, the sorghum root as you are seeing, and the roots of this plant are surrounded with innumerable number of trichoderma spores, and this trichoderma, the mycelium you are seeing, the close quarters you are seeing, and this trichoderma is able to break down the pesticide. So फिर हमने प्लांट को एक्सट्रैक्ट करके देखा. जब हमने इसकी फॉर्मुलेशंस बनाए थे, आप देखिए कंट्रोल प्लांट है जहां पे कोई पेस्टिसाइड का स्ट्रेस नहीं है, और जहां पे हमने ट्राइकोडर्मा को दिया है तो ऑब्वियसली आप देख रहे हो रूट लेंथ और शूट लेंथ हर एक पैरामीटर में हमें ट्राइकोडर्मा के साथ वेरी गुड रिजल्ट वी हैव ऑब्टेन्ड. जैसे आप देख रहे हो 300 ppm का स्ट्रेस जब हमने प्लांट को दिया, तो जहां क्लोरोफिल ए एंड क्लोरोफिल बी जहां पे कोई पेस्टिसाइड नहीं है, वहां पे प्लांट 1.68 का रीडिंग दे रहा है. द मोमेंट यू गिव पेस्टिसाइड 300 ppm, द वैल्यू इज फॉलिंग to 0.26. You can see 6-fold decrease in chlorophyll. जब क्लोरोफिल कम हो रहा है प्लांट में, फोटोसिंथेसिस कम होगा. फोटोसिंथेसिस कम होगा, शुगर the carbon dioxide fixation कम होगा, sugar that it can accumulate कम होगा, तो उसका yield automatically fall हो जाएगा. वही चीज जब हम ट्राइकोडर्मा से ट्रीट कर रहे थे, आप देखिए 1.30 शूट अप हो गया क्लोरोफिल. एंड जब हमने एक और प्रोडक्ट सीएमसी के साथ ट्राइकोडर्मा दिया, यू आर सीइंग जो नॉर्मल प्लांट थी without pesticide stress, agar 1.68 is the chlorophyll, we are getting 2.44. That means 3-fold increment. So that means नॉट ओनली दैट पेस्टिसाइड को डिग्रेड कर रहा है ट्राइकोडर्मा, पर प्लांट को ये प्रोटेक्ट कर रहा है, प्लांट में क्लोरोफिल पिगमेंट को इंक्रीज कर रहा है। और जब हम हार्वेस्ट करते हैं, वी आर गेटिंग बेटर रूट, बेटर शूट, better biomass. The picture is evident for you how this increase is happening. So root length compare करें, shoot length compare करें, dry weight compare करें, percentage increase in root length compare करें. So you are seeing that हमें जो increase मिल रहा है 176%. That means अगर हम control को 100 मानते हैं, तो कंट्रोल से ज्यादा, दैट मीन्स कंट्रोल मीन्स अ प्लांट जहां पे कोई स्ट्रेस नहीं और हैप्पीली ग्रो कर रहा है, ऐसे प्लांट से भी ज्यादा अंडर पेस्टिसाइड स्ट्रेस जब हम ट्राइकोडर्मा दे रहा है, द इफेक्ट इज कमिंग टू अस. सो दिस इज व्हाट इज द रिजल्ट. जब हमने सीड ट्रीटमेंट दिया तो कैसे हमको बेटर एफिशिएंसी मिला, अलग अलग स्ट्रेन्स हमने यूज किए. T is for trichoderma, R, B is for the helpful bacteria that we are using. We are using in combination, we are using in isolation, in all the times जब pesticide stress है, normal plant जहाँ पे trichoderma नहीं दे रहे हो, वो बिल्कुल अपना root length, shoot length, total biomass and chlorophyll खो रहा है, वहाँ पे your trichoderma is restoring. Our work is recently published also in 2 of the journals. These are the 2 journals where we have published our results. आगे हमने क्या किया, ठीक है, हमको ये पता चल गया कि हमारे ये 4 पेस्टिसाइड्स थे, इस पे ट्राइकोडर्मा हमको कामयाब है, इन विट्रो में हमको काम ये दे रहा है. हमारा अब नेक्स्ट स्टेप क्या था कि हम बाहर जाके देखना चाहते थे. बिकॉज बहुत बार क्या होता है, हम जो साइंटिस्ट हैं, हम जो रिसर्चर्स हैं, हम जो एकेडमिशियंस हैं, हम अपने लैब के अंदर सीमित हो जाते हैं. हम अपना पेपर पब्लिश कर लेते हैं और खुश हो जाते हैं कि हमको अच्छा रिजल्ट मिला. बट बाहर क्या हो रहा है, बाहर फार्मर को कुछ पता भी है कि हम क्या कर रहे हैं कि नहीं कर रहे हैं, क्योंकि फार्मर वही करते आ रहा है जो वो 10 साल पहले किया, जो 20 साल पहले किया, वही करते आ रहा है. उसको आज का रिसर्च का कुछ पता नहीं है, इसलिए वो वही पेस्टिसाइड बार बार यूज करे जा रहा है और नुकसान में है. तो हमने क्या किया, we conducted interviews of farmers from 3 states. We have interviewed more than 150 farmers. हमने उनसे पूछा कि आपकी डेमोग्राफी क्या है, आप किस तरीके की क्रॉप ग्रो करते हैं, आप कौन से तरीके की पेस्टिसाइड यूज करते हैं, आप कौन सा एग्रीकल्चरल प्रैक्टिस अपनाते हैं, आपको बायो फर्टिलाइजर नाम की कोई चीज पता है, आपको बायो पेस्टिसाइड नाम की कोई चीज पता है. मार्केट में 280 प्रोडक्ट है ट्राइकोडर्मा के, आप उनमें से कोई प्रोडक्ट यूज करते भी है या यूज नहीं करते हैं. और जब आप पेस्टिसाइड यूज करते हैं, आप अपने आप को कैसे बचाते हैं, बिकॉज ये पेस्टिसाइड्स तो कार्सिनोजेनिक है, म्यूटाजेनिक है. आपको ये नहीं पता कि आप जितना यूज कर रहे हो उसमें से सिर्फ 5% काफी है आपकी क्रॉप को प्रोटेक्ट करने के लिए, पर लेकिन आप इतना ज्यादा यूज कर रहे हो, और इतना यूज करने के लिए आप अपने पैसे भी बर्बाद कर रहे हो, क्योंकि पैसे खर्च करके आप ये पेस्टिसाइड खरीद रहे हो. तो हमने जब ये इंटरव्यूज किए, तो यू विल बी सरप्राइज्ड टू नो दैट उन लोगों को, बहुत लोगों को बायो पेस्टिसाइड्स के बारे में पता ही नहीं था. वो पेस्टिसाइड्स इसलिए यूज कर रहे थे क्योंकि वो जहाँ ग्रो करते हैं, जहाँ से वो अपना सीड परचेज करते हैं, वो लोकल शॉपकीपर उनको बोलता है कि जब आपके खेत में ये प्रॉब्लम होता है तो आप ये यूज कर लीजिए. इज एग्जैक्टली लाइक हमको बुखार होता है तो मेनी टाइम्स व्हाट वी डू, वी आर लेजी, वी डोंट गो टू अ डॉक्टर. हम अपना केमिस्ट के दुकान में जाते हैं और केमिस्ट को बोल देते हैं, भाई थोड़ा सा खांसी हो रहा है, थोड़ा गला में थोड़ा प्रॉब्लम है, आप मुझे कोई टैबलेट दे दो. वो टैबलेट दे देते हैं एंड वी विल टेक द डोज 3 days and we are happy with it. One of the main reasons why the multiple drug resistant bacteria are coming in many diseases. That's out of the sphere of discussion, but I'm just giving you an example. जैसे हम अपने लिए लापरवाह करते हैं, similarly farmers भी यही करते हैं. So हमने farmer से बात करने के बाद हमने ये जाना कि what are the new pesticides that we have to work upon. We now knew that हम जिस डोसेज पे काम करते थे और किस डोसेज पे काम करना चाहिए वो हमको पता चला. एंड देन हमने डेटा रिसर्च कंपेयर किया. And you will be interested to know, जब हमने पेस्टिसाइड का इम्पैक्ट प्लांट में देखा, आप देखिए जो प्लांट जो बोल नहीं सकता, और जो हम what are we subjecting that plant to? I'm increasing the size because yeah, I have a soft corner to plants, towards plants. I'm a plant biotechnologist. आप देखिए हेल्दी प्लांट जहाँ पे 0 ppm पेस्टिसाइड पे इतना हेल्दी ग्रो कर रहा है, जैसे फार्मर पेस्टिसाइड डालता जा रहा है 100 ppm, 300 ppm, 600 ppm, अब देखिए प्लांट का क्या हालात हो रहा है। तो फार्मर सोच रहा है कि ये पेस्ट को किल कर रहा है, पर साथ साथ वो प्लांट को कितना नुकसान पहुंचा रहा है वो रियलाइज नहीं कर पा रहा था। और जब हमने फार्मर से पूछा कि आपको पता है कि ये पेस्टिसाइड जो आप यूज कर रहे हो वो प्लांट को कितना नुकसान करता है, आप ये देखिए ओनली 10% फार्मर्स ने बताया कि हाँ हमको लगा कि कुछ प्लांट्स में प्रॉब्लम हो रहा है, पर you will see that 60% of the farmers do not know what they are doing to the plants. And there are certain percent of 20% of the farmers, like जैसे हमारे दिल्ली के रोड्स में भी मिलते हैं arrogant people who are like the road rage create करते हैं, उनको कोई परवाह ही नहीं पड़ता कैसे वो ड्राइव कर रहे हैं, उनके ड्राइविंग से कितने लोगों को नुकसान पहुंच रहा है, they are just least bothered. ऐसे कुछ फार्मर्स भी हैं, उनको लगता है कि नहीं भाई कुछ नहीं होता, आपको जितना चाहिए आप खेत में पेस्टिसाइड डाल दीजिए, आपको अपना यील्ड मिला, आप खुश हो। तो the same thing we have seen with the farmers in the field also, and we did the experiment. After coming back from the field, we felt we really had evidence that what is the problem that the plants are getting created to, and then we understood that they are doing a seed application, so we continue to do with that. एंड फिर हमें लास्ट में तो फिर हमको लगा कि चलो ठीक है ये नुकसान हो रहा है, और हमने ये भी कहा कि ट्राइकोडर्मा हेल्प कर रहा है, तो कैसे हेल्प कर रहा है, व्हाट इज द मैकेनिज्म, वी क्लेम टू बी बायोटेक्नोलॉजिस्ट, तो हमें थोड़ा सा अंदर भी झांक के देखना चाहिए ना, मॉलिक्यूलर लेवल पे क्या हो रहा है, व्हाट आर द जीन्स इन्वॉल्व्ड, व्हाट इज हैपनिंग एट द इन सिलिको लेवल। फिर हमने इन सिलिको स्टडी शुरू किया। जब हमने इन सिलिको स्टडी शुरू किया, हमने ये पढ़ना शुरू करे कि ट्राइकोडर्मा हर्जियानम में क्या क्या जीन्स हैं जो ऑर्गेनोफॉस्फेट पेस्टिसाइड को डिग्रेड करने की क्षमता रखते हैं। And then we studied, we tried to look into the 3-dimensional structure, and then हमने ये देखा what are the enzymes that are responsible. So what are the pesticide degrading enzymes, OP hydrolases, esterases, and monooxygenases. We try to study them. Diethyl thiophosphate, alkyl phosphate, and we studied the enzymes. Then we tried to understand जब ये एंजाइम्स काम करते हैं उस पेस्टिसाइड्स पे, कौन से प्रोडक्ट्स जनरेट होते हैं, फिनॉल्स जनरेट होते हैं, इथेनॉल्स जनरेट होते हैं। So we were looking at the breakdown product. Then we tried to understand what are the genes that are responsible for encoding these enzymes, OPD gene, HOC gene, PON gene, PHP gene, उनमें से हमारे ट्राइकोडर्मा में कौन सा जीन है। सो हमें एक एंजाइम मिला, एक जीन मिला that is in our organism also and doing the job of producing OPH hydrolases, that is TAPON1. So TAPON1 is this is the gene that I'm talking about. So this is the gene that is going to act upon, it is producing the enzyme and it is producing, आप यहाँ पे देखिए ये एंजाइम जो है फॉस्फोएस्टर बॉन्ड्स को क्लीव कर रहा है, पीओ बॉन्ड्स को पीएफ बॉन्ड्स, पीएनसी एंड पीएस। So then we try to understand, okay, what is the 3-dimensional structure of these proteins. So we used the online tools, and then we tried to look at the 3-dimensional gene structure. So PON1 is the having a similarity with TAPON1 that we are looking in our organism. फिर हमने क्या किया, फिर आगे हमने क्या प्लान किया कि चलो ठीक है, we'll do the in silico analysis, we will make a comparison how our enzyme in our organism is there, Trichoderma, as compared to other organisms which are producing this same enzyme. Then phylogenetic analysis, P-Pram domain search, and then going about the protein domain search. फिर phylogenetic tree establish किया. Like I have said, we found the similar numbers of CAP1 gene family for our enzyme. Then we looked for similar degradative enzyme in other Trichoderma species. हम जो काम कर रहे थे, that is Trichoderma hertzianum, we wanted to look for other organisms also where it is working. Then we wanted to understand what is the amino acid sequence. Because if tomorrow we want to extract this gene, we want to multiply this gene, we want to, provide a recombinant, we need to understand the, the amino acid sequence. We tried to do that. We did a multiple sequence alignment. We generated heat maps, and then we did a little bit of modeling to understand, how the structure of CAP1 is. And then we did the Ramachandran plot to understand, the stability of the molecules जिनका हमने structure develop किया. And then this is how we did a little docking study, because we wanted to understand how the pesticide, what is the functional site where this pesticide is going and binding onto the enzyme. So we did a little docking study, and then we understood that with monoprotophos, जिसका हम breakdown properties बता रहे थे, so that is showing very strong binding with the OPH hydrolase. So then हमारा next idea क्या था कि हम इस ट्राइकोडर्मा को अगर हम एग्रीकल्चरल फील्ड में प्लांट को प्रोटेक्ट करने के लिए दे रहे हैं, तो ये एंजाइम कहाँ सेक्रीट कर रहा है, व्हाट इज द मैकेनिज्म ऑफ एक्शन, वेयर इज द लोकलाइजेशन. तो उसके लिए हमने वी स्टडीड ऑल द एंजाइम्स. ये हमने इन विट्रो स्टडीज किए थे. ये सारे एंजाइम्स जो है फॉस्फेटेजेस, मोनोऑक्सीजनेजेस, ये प्रोड्यूस कर रहा था हमारा ऑर्गेनिज्म. एंड दिस इज द tentative draft model that we could develop. So monooxygenases हैं, this is the number of units of the monooxygenases that our organism is producing. Our organism is producing carboxyl esterases, phosphatases, and phosphohydrolases. So what we propose is the monooxygenases are going to intracellularly metabolize the trichoderma. Just 1 minute, just hold the line and have a look at. Hello. Sir, I'm in a lecture. I'll call you back. Okay, so now this is the tentative model that we have developed, and these are the enzymes which our organism is developing, is producing, and this is helping in the degradation of pesticides. So still we are a long way from our dream. अभी हमने इन विट्रो स्टडीज किए हैं, इन सिलिको स्टडीज किए हैं, ग्रीन हाउस के स्टडीज हमने इनिशिएट किए हैं. आगे जाके हमको फील्ड में प्रूव करना होगा कि हमारा ऑर्गेनिज्म एक्चुअल में पेस्टिसाइड को डिग्रेड कर रहा है. तब जाके हम फार्मर को एक प्रोडक्ट दे सकते हैं कि जो फूड प्रोडक्ट आप बना रहे हो, यूज इट विद आवर ट्राइकोडर्मा, सो दैट जो कस्टमर के प्लेट में जो फूड जा रहा है वो केमिकल फ्री जा रहा है. So I rest my presentation here, and thank you very much for giving me this opportunity. I hope I'm able to conclude my presentation within the time that is given to me. Thank you very much.
Yes, ma'am. It was really perfect and very crisp lecture, but with a strong, like it's addressing the utmost important, urgent need of saving the environment as well as the health of all of us. So it's a need of the hour, I would say. And also, you first stated the problem very nicely, and the audience, according to me, was really into it and convinced that yes, something should be done about it. And then you showed us the traditional approach and how the trichoderma culture goes well with some plants and with some plants not. And then the in silico studies, up to the Ramachandran plot and beyond, so that people can appreciate those. So you are using both the things, the traditional knowledge, environment, and help of kind, plus the state-of-the-art techniques and whatever is now the flavor of today's era. You are combining everything very fruitfully, ma'am. Heartiest congratulations, and a lot of appreciation is coming in the chat boxes. So, yeah. So now I invite any questions. If anybody wants to ask any question, you can raise your hand or unmute and ask. First, I would ask the.
Can I?
Yeah, yeah.
Okay.
Yes, sure.
Okay,
Go on.
Dr. Krishna, it was a wonderful talk. Thank you so much. Earlier, we thought that trichoderma is a biocontrol agent, but today we learned it can degrade pesticides as well. It's a very big thing. And this TAPON1 gene, have you attempted, or anybody, any group in the world has attempted to transfer it to some other beneficial microbes? Because sometimes we use other microbes, as you said, plant growth promoting
yeah.
microbes. So,
TAPON1 for this purpose has not been explored. TAPON1 is one of the OPH hydrolyzing enzymes, and hydrolyzing enzymes have got other industrial applications also. But there was no specific interest on this enzyme so far, and particularly with respect to the pesticide degradation, this is a new information, and we would like to take it ahead. And like you know, whether it is India or abroad, GM organisms, genetically modified organisms, have got many hurdles to pass through. So
sure.
rather than extracting this enzyme and putting it in another organism and then developing a recombinant, when we already have the trichoderma which is doing the job, and trichoderma is associating with the plant as a bioformulation, by a regular biotechnology product, I think we should go by this route, because by this route we can reach the farmer faster rather than developing a recombinant microorganism which have got many regulatory hurdles to pass through.
Okay. And any attempts to make a consortia of microorganisms which can degrade most of the pesticides and use it as a bioinoculant?
Yeah. We are doing that, sir. That is the reason why where I have shown you the cohabitation assays, where we are working with more organisms than one, and we are working with a cocktail of pesticides. Not one pesticide, but with a cocktail of pesticides, because farmer obviously is not going to stick to one pesticide.
That's right.
He is going to use a combination of them depending upon what pest he is going to observe in which season. So we are working on that, sir. Yeah.
Thank you. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Ma'am, next question is by Dr. Ashima Bora, who is an associate professor at IHE only, where you had also worked earlier.
Okay.
Yes,
Hello.
Dr. Ashima, please go on.
Thank you, Dr. Hasna. Hello, Professor Sundari. It was a lovely talk. I really admire you as a speaker. And my question is that since trichoderma has the dual property of being a biocontrol agent as well as the property to degrade the pesticide, we can exploit these two properties. Both properties of this organism can be used when we inoculate it in the plant. I mean, it can continue its ability to kill the pathogens, the plant pathogens.
Very true, ma'am. Very true.
As well as degrade the pesticides.
Very true.
So this is like a win-win situation. It is a win-win situation for us.
Yeah, because like I have said, our proposal was holistic plant growth. Because when we say holistic plant growth, it is not disease control alone, or plant growth alone, or tolerance to stress alone. Because health is a multifaceted system. So we have in our laboratory explored the ability of our isolate to control 3 diseases. One is this black ear disease, and the macrophomina disease, the charcoal disease of the cotyledons, and fusarium rot. So these are the 3 diseases, and along with that, we are exploring with these properties. Because obviously, the farmer, when he is going to put in the plant, he wants a multi-potential isolate.
Yes, ma'am. And ma'am, you wouldn't like to disclose the name of the bacteria that is working with the fungus?
No. Okay. One is the Sphingomonas, another is Pseudomonas, and there is a third which I am.
Maybe some species of Bacillus?
It is a species of Pseudomonas, one is species of Sphingomonas. and then we have got the trichoderma.
Right. Thank you so much. Thanks a lot.
I must say, powerful research and a simple person, I have to say, because you're sharing everything, ma'am. So nice of you. And a
Because
lot of,
that is how science will grow.
yes,
That
yes,
is how
that is
science will
how,
grow.
that is how we can join hands to make a difference. Yes, correct.
Yeah.
And I can't tell you how much the chat box is flooded, ma'am. You can see yourself. And because you have given us such an immense value in such a short time, and you followed everything, the timelines, everything. And my student, third year student of microbiology honors, Abhikash, is here. Abhikash, could you see any questions on the YouTube, beta?
Yes, ma'am. So,
Please.
ma'am, today's session was a houseful one. That is why some students had to leave this platform and they had to attend via YouTube. So, we do have one question there. It is from Richard. She asks, can seeds be bioprimed with Trichoderma species to prevent diseases?
I can't get you. Come again.
Ma'am, the question is, can
Dr. Giri,
seeds
please
be...
mute yourself. Dr. Giri, please mute yourself.
Thank you, sir. Ma'am, the question is, can seeds be bioprimed with Trichoderma species to prevent diseases?
Yeah, very well. Because like I have said, there are 280 products in the market, and some of the products are recommended for biopriming. So it is already, a protocol well established, and it is practiced.
Okay. So, ma'am, there are no more questions in the YouTube chat box. I want to thank you, ma'am, for accepting our invitation and for delivering such an enticing and interesting talk. It was a true pleasure, a real treat, and a great learning experience, ma'am, listening to you today. Thank you very
Thank you very
much.
much. Thank you very much.
And teachers and students from many, many colleges. At least I could see 8 to 10 colleges are here, ma'am.
Yeah, I could see
So,
some of my friends
yeah.
also. Nitika Nagpal,
Yes.
she is my friend from
Yeah,
IIT.
yeah.
I could see her in the
IIT.
chat box. Yeah.
Yeah,
I'm
yeah.
happy that, I could see her there. Yeah.
Hello, Sundari.
And we wish you more and more power to go
Thank
on.
you. Thank you,
Nitika
ma'am.
is saying hello to you. Nitika is saying hello to you.
Yeah, hello,
Nitika.
Sundari.
Hi.
It was really very nice talk, Sundari. It's always pleasure to hear you.
Thank you. Thank you. Yeah.
She is a very captivating orator and making the points very clear. And you spoke a lot of very good Hindi also. It was all, it's
Ma'am,
all good.
I'm in Delhi since past 20 years. Nitika and all know my bad Hindi days.
एक्चुअली
Because they know me from.
मैडम भी समझ गई कि स्वामी शिवानंद कॉलेज में दोनों तरह के बच्चे हैं, तो इसलिए हिंदी भी चलेगा और इंग्लिश भी बढ़िया, दोनों में अच्छा रहेगा.
Actually, हम अपनी मातृभाषा में सोचते हैं ना.
Yeah.
She is suiting the Delhi NCR people very well. So we are very happy today.
Thank you,
yeah. So I would now request my colleague, Dr. Nitin Chauhan, to officially propose the vote of thanks. Over to you, Nitin. I'm sorry, just a minute. Does any of the teachers want to say something? Professor Geeta, would you like to? You wrote something very nice. Yeah, please.
Yeah,
I'm sorry.
I wanted to know that have you worked on the volatile and non-volatile compounds secreted by trichoderma?
We have just looked for few gases like ammonia and HCl. So these are the two gaseous components. Like we did some experiments and we did not analyze the volatile components, but yes, we did closed. We had an apparatus wherein we can seal the volatile components of the trichoderma and then subject them to degradation of the pathogenic compounds. So we did observe biocontrol, but we didn't analyze the GCA. We did not do gas chromatogram to understand what is the nature of the volatile compounds. Yeah.
Thank you.
Thank you for the question and for the answer as well. Is there anybody else who would like to say? If not ask, say anything. You're free. It's feeling like a family now. So,
that's because I have experience working with Institute of Home Economics, Delhi University. So I belong to you.
Yes, sure. And also very down to earth, ma'am. Anybody? Dr. Giri, please go on if you want to say something.
या एक्चुअली मैडम को मैं तो जब मैं टेरी में भी मैडम ने काम किया है एंड आई हैव बीन आल्सो एलुमनाई ऑफ द टेरी, तो वहाँ से ही चाह रहा था कि मैडम को कब मौका मिले और कब उनसे एक टॉक कराई जाए। तो मैंने डॉक्टर महावीर प्रसाद शर्मा को कांटेक्ट किया, उनसे मैंने मैडम का नंबर लिया एंड देन मैडम से बात करके बड़ा अच्छा लगा और हमारी ये टॉक ऑर्गेनाइज हो गई। सो थैंक यू वंस अगेन मैडम फॉर वेरी वेरी एनलाइटिंग टॉक and to give this opportunity within a very short span. Again, I would like to say that
Mavi is a very good friend of mine, and when he says something, I can never say no to him.
I know.
In fact, anyone whom I'm associated with, same is the case with Nitika or anybody from IHE, you call me and I'm there.
In fact, मैंने शर्मा जी से यही कहा था, मैं सर ऐसा नाम दीजिए जो इस कम समय में तुरंत से एग्री कर जाए।
So you are our serendipitous discovery. But a nice one.
अब कितना फेमिलियर माहौल बन रहा है कि मैडम के बड़े सारे पहले मित्र यहाँ पर
फ्रेंड्स निकला।
Very good. Thank you, madam.
And this work is of paramount importance for human beings.
I sincerely hope that it actually goes to the farmers, and I thank Department of Biotechnology who has funded my research, and they were really encouraging. We now would like to get the funds from DBT for the next level of field trials. So if we can do that, then we can really go to the farmers.
Yes. Ma'am, outside trichoderma, it just occurred to me why the chemical pesticides overload to the tune of hundreds of times than required is being used, and why there are no more better regulations.
There are regulations, but what we don't have is the jurisdiction to control the wrongdoers. Because, in India, the issue is, you will be surprised to know, 60% of the farmers hold land which is less than 1 acre. So that means they are not the rich farmers. So even if government wants to penalize them, so those farmers really don't have anything to pay. They are actually, they are doing it not because they can get away with it. They are doing it because they have no other go. Because soils have become so poor कि उस soil से अगर उनको crop yield मिलना है तो they cannot do organic farming, because organic farming has become a rich man's resource now. तो आप भी देखिए, आप सुपरमार्केट जाएंगे तो organic tomatoes will cost you 180 rupees, whereas local tomatoes will cost you 20 rupees. So अगर उतना quality product बनाना है तो कितना इनपुट फार्मर को अपने फील्ड में देना है उसमें वो क्षमता है नहीं। तो इसलिए it is like a catch-20 situation. That is what I said. That is the risk loop of pesticide. मतलब करूं तो क्या करूं sort of a situation. आप अगर पेस्टिसाइड यूज नहीं करोगे तो आपने इवन कोरोना के टाइम पे देखा लोकस्ट का प्रॉब्लम रिसेंटली आया था। मतलब गुड़गांव तक आपने देखा होगा कि कितने लोकस्ट आ गए थे, पूरा खेत को खा रहे थे। तो फार्मर क्या करेगा, मतलब उसको तो पेस्टिसाइड डालना ही पड़ेगा ना। तो ये सिचुएशन है।
And ma'am, if the chemical pesticides are made very expensive, then the poor farmer can't afford. That's a catch situation.
It is always a balance between the bigger good and the bigger harm and the smaller harm. It is like that.
The lesser of the evils.
Yeah, the lesser of
Thank
the
you so much. That it was a treat. So now let's go for the official vote of thanks.
Archana, I just would like to close our discussion with one point. The time and again when you all are saying that it's a treat, so it is a indication that how much amount of happiness it gives to really have the knowledge. So this is the message I want to give to the students who think that knowledge is only for writing the exams and scoring the marks. No. So my message is enjoy the science, enjoy the knowledge. So that is when you can actually do something to the society. What you get as marks actually mean nothing.
Yeah, it should translate into human welfare,
Yeah.
and you should be able to apply it. Correct.
Yeah.
Very powerful. Thank you. Thank you so much. Thank you.
Very
Dr. Renu Garg or Dr. Anjana to nahi hai abhi yahan pe. Does anybody want to say anything before we close? Okay. Okay, so then.
Thank you, Archana. I would
yeah,
also, now have to leave.
Yeah. Ma'am, just
मैडम का टाइम
half a
हमारे
minute.
पास
Half a minute. Vote of thanks. Vote of thanks.
Okay, please
Yes,
go ahead.
Okay, Nitin, please, quickly. Yes.
Okay, well, I'm Nitin, and it's my privilege and honor to propose the vote of thanks. I'm really grateful to our speaker of the day, Professor S. Krishna Mahan, for providing us with so much of insights of trichoderma and its wonderful potential as well for pesticide degradation and for plant production. Your talk is really beneficial for all the participants, I must say, ma'am. Thank you for accepting our invitation and providing us with so much of your time and energy. I'm also thankful to our ever motivating and very supportive principal, Professor Praveen Garg sir, for helping us in executing Fungal Awareness Week. I'm also grateful to the teacher in charge of Department of Botany, Dr. Renu Garg ma'am, and also the teacher in charge of Department of Microbiology, Dr. Anjana Kapoor ma'am, for supporting the conduction of program. Well, special thanks to the conveners of the program, especially Dr. Archana ma'am, the convener of today's session, and also Dr. Geeta Saxena ma'am and Dr. Bhupinder Giri sir for putting together this wonderful program. I'm so very grateful to all the faculties and students, especially Vishal for YouTube streaming and Ankit for technical works. Finally, many thanks to dear participants from different institutes and colleges. Thank you for joining us today. Kindly also join us for tomorrow's session with Professor Ajit Verma sir at 3 p.m. with the same link as today. And I wish you all to have a great evening ahead. And before leaving, for a group photograph, kindly switch on your camera with your wonderful smiles. Thank you.
And thank you, Dr. Nitin and Abhikash.
Thank you.
For
Thank
your
you.
help.